Hi class, so today I would like to talk to everyone about equity versus equality. Now this doesn't just go for females, males, this goes for any kind of gender, race, just anything actually. So I first noticed this when I started working in construction, and I realized that women in particular are treated completely different than men. And I know that to begin with, it's a strength thing. A lot of men would kind of stare at you thinking like, why are you doing this job? But then it's also the way that they treat you. And it's very degrading. It's crazy. I can't believe that people actually act like this. But there is a big difference between equity and equality. So equity is actually giving the tools for people of all race and gender to be successful. And then equality is actually to have everyone equal in that sense, but not maybe successful in it. So there's this video I'd like for y'all to see. It actually explains a little bit more, and it's a feminist actually talking about what equity versus equality to her. So let me just show you this.
Things that I often think about is this notion of equity versus equality, right? So one feminist notion has been equality between the genders, right? Now, on one hand, right, and on the other hand, in a racist society, my thought is equality with who? Right? Do I want equality? Is it that I want equality with Mitt Romney? Is it that I want, because as a black woman, if I'm having equality with black men, our society is still oppressing our community, right? So what becomes more useful to think about is equity, right? What is the process? What are the needs and barriers to access, barriers to living a full life? And in what ways do our different identities expose us to different forms of oppression? And then therefore, what solutions, what targeted solutions can we begin to develop that will address inequities within our societies? But universalism won't get us there.
Yeah, even when we say between the genders, that piece about feminism too. It's like gender is the universe and I am a star. Then there's not just two. It's a whole complex configuration of possibilities.
So now this is important to think about in the future because we really need to think about these kind of things. How, as women, are we treated in different workforces? How much are we getting paid to do these types of jobs? Just anything. And that can go for any kind of race. Say if you're a black female, maybe you're making less than a white female. And in the society, we really need to come together. It's not about equality, as more as we need equity in them both. So they're both very important, and I think that if we stick together and kind of come together as a society, no matter what race, what color, or who we are, we all need to stick together and kind of bring each other up instead of she's weaker or he's more strong, so let's use this against him in any kind of form, because that's not fair. We've been through this through years and years, ever since our nation was even created. There's always been problems with that, and it's about time that we start to see a change. And just like there's a black president now, that was a huge step to actually going for a better change in our world. And now with our new presidential race going on, there could be a new woman president, which would be a huge step. And maybe she's not exactly the one that we would want as a female, but it is still a big step. So if we all come together as a whole, we bring each other up, we actually see that by doing equity for each other, we can all be on the same level, no matter what. And that's the important thing that we need. We need to take care of each other in the society and bring each other up. But that's all for today. Thank you guys for listening.